Hello, everybody. Drew Dosek with Verified Investing. And today we're going to go over some currencies. And it's been in the news over the last week. So we got a lot to talk about, but we're going to do it step by step. We're definitely going to evaluate the Japanese yen and the US dollar. As I said, we've had a lot of intervention going on over the week, helping to strengthen the yen. But first off, the dollar, guys. Let's take a look at the dollar. As you see here with the DXY, this is the US dollar index. And so paying attention to any major currency pairs like the ones we're going to review here in a moment, I think it's best to start at the DXY. Understand the strength of the dollar and what's going on with it. So first off, let's back out into the weekly time frame so you can see where the dollar is. And the dollar has been moving lower basically since 2025 and really been putting in bearish consolidation, except for about 4 or 5 weeks up until July 20th. You can see here we were trying to break out of this inclining parallel channel. Zooming in a little bit, we did a really good job in doing so too. Maintained above it, even came back down, tested, went up, pierced, came back up, even had a near-term breakout. But then the story came from Asia and the yen needing to be stabilized as it was losing value tremendously. One of the reasons why the US wants to get involved with the Japanese yen is because when Japan sells US Treasury bonds to defend its currency, it forces US government borrowing costs and bond yields higher. So it would be actually a costly venture for the United States if we didn't intervene and help out Japan with their yen. Plus, they're an ally of ours over in Asia, so we wanted to help out. But geez, you could see from that point, the dollar collapsed, dropping down, hitting what I love in technical education, guys. When you have a trend line drawn out, one spanning multiple months or even a little over half a year like this, when you have one touch and then a second touch, that third hit will, and very, very likely, high probability shot of providing a bounce. And that's what it did. And at least it's likely stopping the selling pressure, but more likely providing a bounce. And so for the near term, the dollar actually could start moseying its way back up here to 100.58. Based off of this declining trend line, that will be the level for resistance on a march up on this chart. Next up, guys, as I was talking about with Japan, this is likely the biggest story of in currencies for this year so far. So the problem there, Japan has just had problems to prop up the yen. It's really can spill into other markets, as we experienced with the carry trade a couple years ago when Warren Buffett was involved with that. We had a very sharp sell-off in the United States markets when the Japanese yen volatility had increased and spiked. And whenever it goes up in value too fast, that's actually not good either, because Japan is in essence been the world's lending bank for major big institutions, people like Warren Buffett. So basically here on this US dollar Japanese yen, you could see it was spiking up, insinuating with Japan being the denominator in this currency pair, the Japanese yen was just collapsing. Now we've had this big move down, Japanese yen gaining strength versus the dollar, and the dollar is also declining too. So that's helped stabilize, at least in the near term, the concerns that were growing for the Japanese yen. You can almost just set your watch to it as well. Look back here in July of 2024, back when right before we had the carry trade unwind. Look at that big plunge that occurred here on the Japanese yen or US dollar Japanese yen paired chart. That was the occurrence last time. Here's this time. Now, when you notice too, we started having price get above this high pivot, which really started making investors concerned, thus the intervention and thus the decline that we see here on the chart. The next stop, though, if we do continue to see the US dollar Japanese yen decline, is going to be down here at 153.67. And I anticipate that level to be broken if that occurs. And the next major level of support right here at 150.03. And I threw up a dollar sign here, but hey, you know what I'm talking about. It's 150.03. All right. Next up into the Great Britain pound versus the US dollar. And we can see here too, Great Britain pound, very nicely done to maintain on this inclining trend line. We had teased with a break on a couple different occasions, but so far have rallied back up here with the Great Britain pound maintaining its strength. So for right now, Great Britain pound's doing all right. You can see with this move up, all in all, somewhat of bullish consolidation, a nice move up, choppiness, price action, and maintaining the support line. So if you're a bull on the Great Britain pound US dollar, you've got to be paying attention to this level here, 1.33 on the chart, this inclining trend line. If price can stay above it, we got a good shot of going up and attacking this declining trend line at 1.39. To show you where that's coming from, I'll zoom back out. That was from a pivot that was taken back in April of 2018, connected through all these collective pivots in May of 21, as well as in February of 21. And that will be the resistance line where I see the Great Britain pound having some difficulty to get above that resistance level. Next up, we've got the euro over the US dollar. Now, this is a little bit different, all right? So we've had the euro already break this inclining trend line. The Great Britain pound did not. You can see we attempted to do so, but rallied right back up. So the euro is showing a little bit of weakness compared to the Great Britain pound, at least temporarily, with chart analysis like this. So near term, we're in breakdown mode until we get price to confirm back above that trend line. Now for this week, that value is going to be 1.15. Now next week, that value increases ever so slightly to fractional 1.158. So just a little bit higher. But if we get a close back above that trend line, that will negate this breakdown scenario. We had a move down, bear flag. Now we're just retesting the point in which price broke down from. Notice that's right in line with consolidation on the previous weeks as well. So as long as this trend line holds, tells me probabilities point towards a move down to 1.11 on the chart. Getting back above that trend line will shift probabilities for us to reattack this declining trend line at 1.18. Next up, and lastly, we've got the US dollar over the Canadian dollar. And we see here too, the Canadian dollar in this pair actually gained strength moving up with the US dollar strength, pushing up over this key pivot point that you notice back here from November of 2025. Getting above that and maintaining above that would have increased probabilities of us attacking this trend line up here at the top of the chart, 1.46. But as you see here, we got rejected, sending us back into the consolidation range. If you look here too, we have somewhat of a W and potentially V pattern that's taking place. Watch this level very closely. Buck 39.5, right in that range, should be support if we have the US dollar over the Canadian dollar drop in the near term. That could give us enough traction to come back up and reattack this trend line at a buck 41. Maintain above, we're attacking buck 42, then a buck 45. So really all the battle lies right here on this horizontal trend line on this chart. Need to see price get back above it. Otherwise, this W potential V pattern is a bullish pattern and does imply that the US dollar will gain strength on the Canadian dollar in the near future. Just need to see price get above that trend line for that to occur. All right, guys, that wraps up today's video on currencies. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching. We got a lot of other free videos, free articles, free posts, you name it. A lot of great TA for you to sit back, absorb, so that you can learn and execute your next trade successfully. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time right here on the charts. Take care, folks.